Yo, yo, here we go. Um, Stars are not suns, they're stars, frequencies of the heavens. There's Jupiter, Uranus. So, where does all the 3D planet pictures come from? These are real stars, and then these, what you would call planets, are wandering stars, and you can see the reflection of the waters above. And these are just lights caused by sound frequencies, and that's nothing more than sound creates form with the right frequencies and vibrations. Just like Tesla says, you're not landing on all these 3D nonsense or CGI, make believe hocus pocus from NASA, the deceivers. Um, I can't stress this enough. Space does not exist. These are lights in the firmament. It's firm, molten glass. This whole space thing, spaceships and all this shit, Star Trek, Star Wars. This is all fairy tales that you believe. And this is a horizon, comes up to your eyes, flat, flat. Equipped with his five senses. Man explores the universe around him and calls the adventure science. Edwin Hubble, the nature of science, 54. That's who they made the Hubble telescope, hocus pocus. Meanwhile, we're supposed to be spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, and you can balance rocks on other rocks. It's ridiculous that people buy this crap. And here's the sun, bigger here, smaller here, even smaller. If it was 93 million miles away, you'd never see any difference. It's so far, and a couple 100 miles or even thousands wouldn't make any difference. It's ridiculous. And here we go. Rainbow, sun dogs, all proof of a molten glass firmament dome. There's the shape of your dome. It's all right here in our faces. You have to have an actual container to create high pressure system, which is what we live in. Wernher von Braun, Nazi rocket scientist, escaping charges in the Nuremberg trials. He was later smuggled into the U.S. under Operation Paperclip, where he was made first director of NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center. So this is all a sham to make you believe in outer space. See the cartoon? They were doing this in 1902. And even before the 1900s, before they had TV, they were doing plays for you that you're going to go and fight the moon or Moonians and the Martians. It's insane. And then everybody just buys this fairy tale that you can go into space, when indeed it would look more like this: waters above, waters below, with the firm dome. If you combine the rotation of the Earth with its blah 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 tilt, and the spin of the Earth relative to the Sun's orbit, all that together would make the permanently stationary pole star, or Polaris here, impossible on a globe model. This is impossible. This thing doesn't move one iota. That's why it's called the pole star. I mean, I just don't see how anybody can look at this and not get this. This is the motion of the stars. They go round and round. This is why you have constellations. You're not moving through space. Constellations wouldn't exist if you were. You would never see the same star at the speeds they talk about. The crazy ass speeds they talk about. It's insane. The moment you realize NASA is all CGI. Here we go. Walt Disney World, who has to do with NASA, by the way. Puts this shit right in your face. The rockets don't go to space, they come back down. And they gotta tell you. See how they tell you? That's how they tell you. Disney and NASA brainwashing gullible children and adults since the 50s. It's a spinning ball. NASA would never lie to me. This is all the baby globetards, ball lickers. Never a straight answer, because they can't. They can't. According to scientists, the weight of the average cumulus cloud is 1.1 million pounds. Think about that for a moment. This means that at any given moment, there are millions of pounds of water just floating above your head. That's the equivalent of 100 elephants. Gravity, moron here. Strong enough to pull down apples and microphones, but not millions of pounds of cloud, but not million-pound clouds of water. This is not even a conspiracy theory. The Earth is flat. Kyrie Irving on the Earth being round. Yeah, that's the thing. It's not even a conspiracy theory. It's. I don't believe in anything. I know for a fact, and I'm aware that it's flat. And here you go, some GoPro. This is what GoPro lenses do. They create this nonsense, this convex nonsense, and this concave nonsense. It even says concave here. You get the point? Did you know the Vatican City holds 50 miles of ancient documents hidden from the public? This world is not what you think it is. Believe me. If you only knew. Jeez. Uh-oh, look, and it's a NASA employee of the month meeting, or employee meeting, I mean. That's the month. NASA employee meeting. Why does the sun appear to disappear bottom first? Atmospheric density and perspective combine to have many effects when we observe the sun. Here's an example. The observer is looking through hundreds of miles of air molecules. The bottom of the sun has more air molecules in between the sun and the observer than top does. The amount of air blocking the top of the sun would be, for that while, less than the bottom. I feel the Earth spinning into the total control of a small group of people. You, the observer, is in a boat. When the sun is at the zenith, it's only looking through, say, 500 kilometers of air molecules. When the sun is setting on the meridian, he's looking through about, say, 3,000 kilometers of air molecules. Just imagine like looking through water. It's more dense than air, and it limits your visibility. Your visibility is limited because of water. It's a medium. So is air. Air is a medium like water, but it's not as dense, but it is dense. And that's why when looking far enough away, it adds up, if you will, and you can't see through it. That, in addition with perspective. Gravity is just a theory, yet no one complains about it being taught as fact. Just like evolution. They're saying you come from monkeys with no proof, and everybody believes them. They're so fucking dumb. It hurts. Scientific, and they buy it too. Scientific indoctrination. It's okay to admit you don't understand this. That confusion is by design. The idea is that you give up trying to figure it out yourself because it's too complicated. You then have to trust someone more educated than you to explain it to you. At that point, they can literally make up shit, any story they like, and you'll believe it. And then you'll believe it. Yeah, it's just the next thing. It's just like religion, where you require a mediator again. It's all nonsense. It's insane. This is great. God. The sun's oscillating path through the galaxy. What you talk about? He knows it's bullshit. This is such bullshit. Look at him. He knows it's bullshit. This is all cartoon bullshit. They're just making this shit up for the cartoon children that buy it, the adults that buy it. The Bolivian salt flats, 4,086 square miles of flat water, a giant mirror reflecting the sky above. Only possible on a flat Earth. Only possible. I can't believe people still think this stuff is real. This is just as unreal as this. It's ridiculous. And I think I showed this, didn't I? Yeah, local sun, and it's not 93 million miles away. It's creating a shadow. These clouds are casting a shadow on clouds above, showing how close the sun is, how local it is. And NASA shows us CGI pictures of so-called Earth-like planets 39 light years away, but still can't show us a real picture of the whole of our own Earth spinning in space. Not one. Not a single picture. And then, again, if they're only 39 light years away, where have these motherfucking things been hiding the whole time? You just now conveniently discovered them? I mean, you can't believe these liars. Space doesn't exist. This is all hocus pocus. You know what the proof is that they found these things? Cartoons. Computer-generated image cartoons. It's all has to be, because space isn't real. You'll never see a real photo. Ever. Not one. They can't even give you one on Earth because it's not a ball. You know what I mean? What's the difference here? These are both cartoon bullshits. This may look a little more real to the morons, and they'll buy it. But this is just as that. It's the same shit. They're giving you cartoons. These are lights. You can't land on them. They're not terrestrial. And obviously they say, oh, well, this is mostly hydrogen and helium, and it's a gas planet, and you know, blah, blah, blah. God, it's nuts. TRAPPIST-1 system. NASA discovers 7 CGI planets, laughing my fucking ass off. This is all cartoons. Prove it. It's all cartoons. You're just looking at lights. And where the fuck have they been? They're only 39 light years away, and you're all of a sudden just found these things? I mean, you gotta call these dumb fuckers out on this shit. They're lying. I love NASA. P-brain. Practically fucking retarded. Moon landing faked. Now we're talking. No pics. Additionally, no pics of Earth from space. Earth is flat. Super intelligent. There is no need to think for yourself when you can just believe what scientists say. Yeah. Scientist. Soup to nuts. Blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da. Target total distance 4,210 yards. Firing position. Da, 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 da. What happened to that? Push. Elevation. Nothing about Coriolis nonsense. Help, let us down. Please turn the gravity back on. More proof that gravity doesn't exist. This is all has to do with dense force and buoyant force. Image of Saturn's moon, Mimas, taken from the Cassini spacecraft. NASA photo taken from February 16, 2017. 746 million miles away. Still not one single photo of Earth. And this is fake as shit. Look at this shit. We took a piece of cheese, took a camera out, took a picture of it, computer generated it, and now you believe them. Sundials. Engraved or set in stone, used to emphasize that something is fixed and unchangeable. Just like there's nothing new under the sun, sundials work for thousands of years and keep accurate time to this day because we're not flying through space and space doesn't exist. But they convinced you to keep you confined to a certain area on the flat plane. So you don't want to escape. You're going to stay in your pen, your little prison pen. The star being captured through the moon. The moon, it's not what you've been indoctrinated to believe in. What do the ruling elite of our Earth's nations know about the moon and are not telling you? See this? They shove that shit right in your face. They've known this for thousands of years, and then they tell you you can land on the shit. You can see right through the damn thing. Again, this is the only way water curves as a wave because it gets shallow and the bottom gets slowed down by the resistance of the ground on the bottom floor, sea bottom, and the top of the surface keeps going and forms this wave. And as you can see, this is the only time you'll see water curve, except for small amounts that have water tension. But it's only on a very small level. Is that possible? And you're going to see the reflection of the local sun illuminating here on this flat water, except for that curve there that you don't. When it's a curve here, it's interrupted. It's interrupted here, and it's curving up here because this is flat here. Said the Earth is pear-shaped. Forgot about 50 years of fake NASA photos. Yeah. Neil the Ass Tyson, aka Dunce of the Universe. NASA ball worshippers, they worship Baal, the demon Baal. Give all their energy to the demon Baal. Ball lickers. Baltards. Can't even look at this shit without laughing. People buy this. People think this is a real photo of Earth. That's how dumb they are.